Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Simisola Adigun. We start off with business news. Latest data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, shows the federal government has spent a total of $15.55 billion on debt servicing between 2019 and 2024, despite the government's assertions that it is shifting its focus towards domestic borrowing. Back in 2019, Nigeria paid $588.33 million in debt service between January and May, while the payment for 2020 was $5.40 billion. The debt service payment continued to rise in subsequent years, with $2.02 billion paid in 2021, $2.34 billion in 2022, and $3.43 billion in 2023. Now, according to the CBN's data, the country has paid $2.18 billion in debt service between January and May 2024, which is nearing half of the $4.8 billion projected by Fitch Ratings for the year. The federal government has disbursed a total sum of 27.2 billion naira within April and June 2024 of the 50 billion naira grant earmarked for nano businesses under the Trade Grant Initiative. Recent data from the Presidential Conditional Grant Schemes portal captures the number of beneficiaries who have received 50,000 naira grant for their nano businesses across 774 local government areas. As of June 30, 2024, about 545,830 individuals have benefited from the scheme within the 3-month time frame. This indicates that the federal government, through the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, has disbursed 27.2 billion naira to these individuals. Now, the scheme aimed to reach 1 million beneficiaries across all local government areas began in April, but is yet to reach over 400,000 individuals. We'll take a break and return with company news. Do stay with us.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. Learn Africa PLC has created an additional 96,431,250 ordinary shares of 0 naira 50 kobo each to increase its share capital to 867.88 million naira from 771.45 million naira. That was the fallout of the firm's recent board of directors meeting and was disclosed in a document filed with the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Article 6 of the company's Memorandum of Association has been amended to reflect this change. According to the company, the adjustment ensures that the company's legal framework is in line with the new share capital structure. It added that the strategic decision not only rewarded current shareholders, but was also aimed at increasing investor confidence and supporting the company's long-term growth objectives. Now, Airtel Africa has bought back 25.8 $8 million worth of its shares since its start of its $100 million share buyback program on March 1, 2024. The share buyback program, currently in its first phase, involves transactions conducted on the London Stock Exchange. According to a corporate notice on the NGX, the latest purchase occurred on June 21, 2024, involving 572,700 ordinary shares bought at an average price of 118.64 pence. This phase, scheduled to conclude by August 31, 2024, aims to repurchase $50 million worth of shares. Back in 2019, Airtel Africa was listed on the London Stock Exchange, followed by a cross-border secondary listing on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we're going to be discussing the decline in the use of automated teller machines in the country. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello. Alahaji. Right now I'm in Abuja. No. Hello? Adamu. Right now I'm in Kano. Yes. When I get back, I'll just call you. Look, what is wrong with you? I'm talking on the phone and you are gesticulating and doing. What's wrong with you?
Daddy, where exactly are we as we speak?
Are you alright? This is Lagos.
Well, you just lied to someone that we're in Abuja.
Keep quiet. Who told you can tell an elderly person is lying?
Daddy, you just lied. And by lying, you're raising corrupt children for the future of Nigeria. That is corruption, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Now, when last did you use an automated teller machine, that's the ATM, in banks? In recent years, Nigeria has witnessed a significant shift in how the public accesses cash. Traditionally, automated teller machines, ATMs, have been the most convenient means for cash withdrawals. Things have, however, changed in recent times. A report by the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System reveals that the volume of ATM cash withdrawals in the country has declined consistently over the last few years, while the number of transactions processed through POS machines, that's point of sales machines, has seen a significant surge. According to the survey, the notable decline is due to the regular unavailability of cash in many ATM stations. Other reports say that the spike in digital payments was triggered by the cash crunch occasioned by the Naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in the first quarter of 2023. According to the survey, the rise in digital payment overwhelmed Tier 1 banks with multiple cases of transaction failures, but fintechs such as Opay, PalmPay and MoneyPoint rose to the challenge, leading to a significant change in customers' preferences. As a result, more and more Nigerians are choosing agency banking over ATMs. So are we nearing the end of ATMs in Nigeria? The founder and CEO, Wildcard, Morgan Victor, is my guest on the program. Thank you very much, Morgan, for sparing time. Now, I'll start by asking, when was the last time you used an ATM in Nigeria for financial transactions?
Because of other payment options, mobile transfer is now more acceptable, and the mobile agents, mobile banking agents, being all around. So instead of going to the ATM, one would prefer to just, stroll out opposite your estate. You have somebody there. And if you want cash, get your money. So with that, there's no point driving, a long distance to the bank.
So although we can trace the decline in the use of bank ATMs partly to the Naira change and cashless policy of the Buhari administration in 2023, what other factors do you think caused this decline?
Yeah, the promotion of the cashless policy and is one of the reasons for the decline, of ATM, you know. So that's enabled individual or businesses, to start welcoming bank transfer. On a normal day, when you go to any business, they'll tell you pay with cash. That warrants you depending on going to withdraw at the ATM to get cash. But you could walk up to any of the merchants, businesses, and you could make transfer. So with that, going to ATM machines for cash withdrawal, was impacted. So the drive for cashless, policy was one of the major reasons. And also, one can also point to the what's it called, financial inclusion promotion, or policy drive, is also another area that contributed to the decline in ATM usage. So that led to the opening or different financial startups, fintech startups that drives mobile banking agency, and that's everybody at that, drive towards using an agent, a banker or a terminal, whatever, a stand to make your transfers, to make, if you need cash, you just walk up to a closest agents and you could make your cash withdrawal, So that, I think, are the two major factors that led to the decline, in the ATM, usage in the country.
So the EFCC chairman has accused banks of colluding with POS operators to limit cash availability at ATMs. According to the EFCC chairman, that's Ola Olukoyede, POS operators evidently go around with huge amounts of cash from ATMs, leaving little or nothing for others. Well, isn't this a rip-off, and should banks be sanctioned for this act? And what's the appropriate way for POS operators to get their cash?
POS agents actually is a regulated, organization that partner with the bank for, getting their cash, and the situation where you would get that, okay, maybe bankers or a bank, decides to, in a way, make the cash on the POS machine, on the ATM machine, not available due to huge withdrawal by the POS, agents, can be a bit true. And also, I think that was during the cashless drive, the Naira change, which led to shortage of Naira. That was experience where you could see that, okay, the amount available on the ATM machine wasn't much, but you could see money with the POS, operators, and because of that, the hike in the charge rate or whatever increased, and that is where people were now going back to the ATM machine, going to get money, and they'll tell you, okay, there's no money, but you go to the the operator, there's money with them. So, and we've seen practically where you see a bank staff, giving out cash to those operators, and a normal customer will come and will not have access to the money. So that is partly true. And I think we can also look at it as the availability of the money in the ATM, is not dependent, or is not, one cannot say, okay, it's all the fault of the operators, put more money in the ATM. If money gets finished, put more. So that would, will prevent the this thing. All the users, all the customers want is they go to the ATM, they have access to their money. And if they can't do that, that is where they now depend on the operators. And the operators, going to the ATM can withdraw all they can for the purpose of their business. So all you want to do is put money there, it finishes, add more. So that should not be a problem. There's no money, add. That is the essence of the ATM machine. When it finishes, you add more. So I don't think that is actually the issue that there is no money in the ATM machine.
According to recent data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, there has been a staggering 150% increase in the deployment of POS terminals across the nation in the past 2 years alone. And what do you think is also responsible for this surge?
Yeah, still again, like I, talked about in the previous question, is the ease. The ease. Like I said, I might be spending, if I have to drive to the ATM, I will have to spend not less than, maybe if I'm using a public transport, up to 200, 500, even looking at the situation now, I can spend up to 1,000, wanting to go to a bank. But you spend less when you just walk, opposite your house, you see an operator, a POS operator there. So because of that, people now depends on the POS operators for cash, and that's led to the different startups, financial startup fintechs, in terms of providing the mobile banking businesses. So that is a major drive. You can see, I think from the last statistics that I think I have access to, there are over 200 plus, fintechs in Nigeria. So, because of those large number of financial, fintech or startups, that led to them providing different services that now, depends on the mobile the POS, terminal being deployed across the country. So that led to that surge. So more of the fintech solutions, led to the continuous surge in the deployment of the terminal, and also that is related to the ease. Because if it's not, if people are not finding it, if people are not satisfied with the service being provided, then there will not be surge. You see decline. But because people are being satisfied and are being, all they need is efficient service, speed, and what's the cheapest, rate actually. So since the POS operators are providing that, so that is the reason that you keep seeing more of that of those services all around.
Finally, another recent report by the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System has also revealed that the volume of ATM cash withdrawals in the country has declined consistently over the last few years, while the number of transactions processed over, or rather through POS machines, has seen a significant surge. Does this indicate that ATMs would be phased out soon in Nigeria?
Yes, I could categorically say that is a possibility that can happen in the future, except there is an innovation that will change the current, move. If there is a new innovation that will make ATM usage more attractive, definitely people would want to do that. So definitely if it goes in this direction, then definitely ATM machine will stop working. It will be a gradual move, but definitely that will happen, because you will not see need to okay, for example, you are going to the machine and you see money. So definitely you will not want to go the next time. You spend money, you go to the ATM to withdraw cash, and there's no money in the machine. But you have a POS operator close to you, definitely you want to go there. So that's over time, and that is business. So if you install an ATM machine and it's not giving the actual profit you definitely don't want to install more. So definitely that will lead to the eventuality of all the machine being faded out. So that is possibilities that one can stop if you are following the current trend of things.
Well then, founder and CEO Wildcard, Morgan Victor, thank you very much for sharing your insights. Well, that's all on this episode of the program. See you again next time.